Last week on Flight Room TV.
Is this happenstance? Is this negligence? Is this premeditated?
But another scenario where you can try to paint it where it's like, just
Other
an
than
accident or
yeah.
there's no coincidence or, just, I mean, maybe I'm tripping, but just let me know. Like, give me an example of like, how can you explain this in a way to make this not seem like this? Like, every demonic symbol was used. Like nigga, they took everything out the fucking bag, nigga. Like literally, they fucking empty out the bag of all the symbolism. You know what I'm saying? All the signs, all
In
the
one
fucking,
night.
you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, nah, nigga, like just because it had all the symbolism don't mean it meant anything. It's like I don't understand. For real, if we didn't have the capability to lie, that would definitely eliminate a lot of confusion. You know what I'm saying? I think because put it like this, when people say shit like, "Oh, this is my truth," it's like, I feel like the truth is usually just one thing. You know what I'm saying? I think there's variations. You know what I'm saying? There's degrees, but I feel like there's certain things I think that are the same all across the board. And I feel like when people try to create nuance and try to mold shit in order to fit their specific narrative or perspective, I think that's where a lot of confusion comes in. There's certain things in the universe I think that are like consistent no matter what you say, no matter what you do, all across the board. So
absolute
I think
truth.
Yeah, absolute truth. So
I see all the little conspiracy theories and whatever satanic rituals and whatever. Yeah, but
what's the hardest part to believe?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, unless you really are investing your time and to like researching and knowing about shit and whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about a multi-million-dollar somebody who's
Corey,
like
you just
much
explained
younger
it yourself.
than us.
You just explained yourself. You said
What did
unless
I
you
explain?
researching, unless you
research.
Exactly.
That's what the whole world. That's what the word occult mean. The definition of occult means hidden and all that type shit right there. So he's putting in plain sight and it's hidden. It's hidden messages. It says dystopia. What's dystopia mean?
Hold on, I got
dystopia means dystopia speed.
I didn't know that like the police was involved with it like that.
Yes,
but they were though. Yeah.
As far as the whole hit,
nigga,
or whatever.
You know the Spanish dude that set him up in the jump.
The
Spanish police officer that was setting up the one dude.
Oh yeah. When he went to go make the drug deal, yeah.
His name is Rafael.
Rafael
Perez.
Some shit. Yeah.
And they said he is the person that they that inspired Denzel's character on Training Day.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Wow. Niggas like doing this shit in your face and y'all still like, I mean not saying
exactly
literally, but I'm just like the overall public like, no, it's not.
And that's the mind fuck. That's the mind fuck to them because it's like, nah, and that's how I explain it. It's like, no, they don't care. That they're showing you their karma. They're not worried about that shit. It's blatantly in your face, so they don't have to worry about anything coming back to them. Yeah.
Like make you wonder, like, it shook like FBI. Like he was getting a free pass for like a long ass time.
Wow.
And nothing happened to him.
He was paying
the police. They said
he was getting away with that shit.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like they was like allowing him to just to terrorize niggas.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Character in the middle, Delroy Lindo, whatever. Bass Reeves was a bad motherfucker. Look him up. Like he was one of the coldest niggas in history. For real.
They said what's her name was cold.
They usually cast him as a white dude though, don't they?
Yeah, they said the Lone Ranger was based off Bass Reeves.
Who's putting this on? I'm not putting this on for nobody.
He was looking at the camera.
Exactly.
Exactly.
No video.
Like hell no.
You can't pay me to put this on
for nothing.
Ever.
Especially if my mama is dark skinned. Hell no.
Exactly. Nigga,
like you're tripping. I don't care what I believe in.
Gaga's a frequency. You look at that shit, that's a constellation.
Exactly what it be.
Yeah.
And Lady Gaga had a lot of those inverted crosses and stuff like that. And then as soon as you walk into the Astroworld, he had the inverted cross.
Yeah.
Right there, that's his state. I give it a 6.
For real, you think so? 6. I was going to say 8.
We're out of 10.
I'm giving it 8. Yeah.
And I was going to say a 7.
You gonna say a 7? I'm giving it a 9, man. That one was dope.
30.
Corey, you cannot be serious.
Look. Listen.
Even though the lights that they had up there, the torches, it was 8 torches up there.
And
like
the
all
lives.
the things.
The 8 lives.
Exactly.
Bro,
and even that right there, that's the tunnel right there saying see you on the other side. That's the portal literally right there in the middle of the mountain. They have a whole
vortex, right?
Yeah, but these are the eight flames.
So this is what this shit made me think about when I saw the vortex shit. I'm like, how many times have you seen like a cartoon or like a movie and they have like a little vortex type little thing? You'd be like,
Looney Tunes.
And then what does that little shit always convey? It's like mind
hypnotizing.
Hypnotizing you. See what I'm saying? It's like whenever you see a spiral circle, it's always connected to hypnotizing. So you got all this energy, all this emotion, music, bass. You know what I'm saying? All this just fire, just all this carnal energy, and then all of a sudden you're gonna create this big ass vortex with all these vulnerable people, and all these niggas probably on some level of influence.
I think that's why I like the maybe it might be why Remy might enjoy the westerns and shit too, though. But I think you can, the lawlessness, the law. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, it was like I don't give a fuck out this joint. You know, I don't give a fuck if you might be telling the truth, you might not be, but you know,
it's me and this gun, baby.
We cutthroat out here, baby. We cutthroat.
Right. Just like you said, do the research, see everything. TikTok is probably one of the best breakthroughs I think that's happened. It's probably exposed a lot of motherfuckers on that.
Funny you say that.
I was deep on it. Yeah, but I know. And then the politics of TikTok. Yeah, I know. We'll get to that.
Now they're saying, you know, they're stepping in TikTok, the institution, and saying now we got to dial back this shit.
Especially in the LAPD.
I wouldn't be surprised if some of these gang member leaders are fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Informants or something?
Yeah. Or the leaders.
Like how you think how you think these games like
are still moving?
I mean, how how you think they initially formed?
Through FBI informants or just guys that went to jail and
I'm saying it's a whole structure.
That's a good question.
They got MK or jail and then came out.
And, you know that's a great question. Actually,
it was officially like because to protect themselves from the police brutality or whatever, right?
I'm just saying. I'm saying like the structure of it is the same structure as any other society.
Right? They got captains, lieutenants, and
And then you get jumped in, you get hazed and all that stuff. It's the same thing.
And even some of the gang signs would be the same as them. Some of those occultic hand signs would be the same shit.
7 hours prior to the show, that is playing this audio that give you like fear-induced, frequencies, and it rises your blood pressure, get nausea. The same thing with like Christopher Nolan movies. You know what I'm saying? They it's actual formula to make you feel anxiety, like whatever. We was on the 432 a while ago, and they changed it to 440, 44.
Yep.
The 432.
But you know what's crazy? Like even the FL Studio, like the basic frequency inside that joint is 440 HZ. So it's like it's not even that. Yeah. So it's not even actually at 432. It's 440. You know what I'm saying?
That's
so you have to actually turn it to 432.
Don't look like he's looking at him.
Yeah, he's focused on the melody
and looking at him too.
You're thinking about it after that shit's over.
Yeah,
that's how you know it's a good fucking
a rabbit hole.
That's how you know. Yeah, that's how you always know.
I was like, I got to look up these names.
Can this really be happening? Yeah. Did this really happen, bro?
Yeah. Because it opens up your mind, man. Your conscience, you're like, hold on, wait a minute. That makes sense.
And then I started thinking about the whole like Nipsey situation. I was like, hold up.
Oh, bro, when you were sending me those
event remind me of this this post back in the day. Like, you think because like Beyonce got like a picture like this like or video. She kind of like
morphed
and shit.
Sasha Spears. That's what they said. They have a alter ego. That's what they call it. Yeah.
But that's what they summon when they do these things too. It's like they're summoning these
what I mean?
spirits.
It's not you particularly. It's just like what I mean, the people that you submit to, or not the people, or spirits, or frequency, or vibration. Is you submit to the stuff, and then you pretty much the puppet.
Oh yeah, you just a vessel. You just a vessel for this shit. Yeah.
The thing they said people was getting trampled over. Like, do those people that was getting carried out look like they got trampled on?
Yeah,
them niggas' bodies
exactly.
like they was in shock. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those ain't look like niggas who look like they was just beat up and trampled and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I fuck with Nipsey hard, so it's no disrespect.
I know what you're saying.
The dude to pull the trigger and form it.
Exactly. So there you go. And that might have been a whole, you know, sacrifice right there within itself. Because you know,
say Narcan was used on a security officer at Astroworld who passed out and had a prick on his neck. That sounds like some like James Bond shit.
Right.
That looked like a possible injection. How do you not feel?
Like when he started really getting the shit, I felt like Nori was like, all right. Like Nori was changing the subject a lot. Because I feel like Kanye was probably like, I think he was going to say even more profound shit than he said. But I think Nori kept changing the subject and like, put it on light shit. You know,
when do people connect the dots with this secret shit and not just say, oh, that's just Travis Scott, and say, nah, the music,
right?
Industry. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the music industry. Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm
saying?
That's right. They were my
black joints is fire. How you like the white joints more than the black ones, nigga? Like, what the fuck are you like?
Oh, okay. See, no, the picture looks shitty though. The picture looks shitty.
The PNG.
Yeah, those right there look good. Those are like there. Yeah, those look good. Those look good.
Hey, that look like
what shoes was those?
Why that PNG look like you can literally put them shits on right now?
Right.
For real.
Yeah.
Crispy. I reach out and touch them.
100% right. I think I do agree with you saying like it's not really about Travis Scott. I mean, he just the one that's like got the ball in his hands at the moment. But overall, yeah. I mean, I think you know, even raw, it's like okay, this is you know, symbolism of what the industry is. Like, you know, he's a puppet of the industry at the end of the fucking day. So it's like, you know, black, white, you know what I'm saying? All these niggas is puppets, you know what I'm saying?
It just in the industry.
But it's like I live in the U.S., so I have to say your poverty offends me. I know we have better shit.
Yeah, what's the mission?
Hey, wait, hold on. I seen the Sweetie joint. I seen the Travis Scott joint. I've seen some
Meg
Mary
J
joint.
The Nelly hamburger.
The Nelly hamburger. I seen where's the white McDonald's Burger King?
Exactly.
I haven't seen one. See
Bruh.
what I'm saying?
You preaching right now.
Where's that one at?
Yep, exactly. That was my next point.
It's coming.
That was my next point. All these endorsements, all these people that's like selling shit, it's gonna be the black people. It's gonna be black.
It almost should make you say, "Oh shit, it's getting marketed to black people." Stay the fuck.
Like how people like misconstrue like this whole thing between conspiracy and real life is because like, oh, how could he do this? But it may not necessarily be him. It's like they like just they siphoning him and his influence. And they give them the tools and stuff like that.
That's what I was trying to say, but I couldn't eloquently put it.
Yeah. No,
I remember like that big sit down with Mr. Farrakhan and Alex Jones, and Farrakhan was already talking about, you know, what China was doing. They have like a spaceship that can circumnavigate the whole world, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
man,
in a day, like they already had this stuff.
Like speaking about the Kardashians, they say, well, don't quote me on this, like, but they say they are part of the satanic thing. They are like the witches. Exactly, they're witches. But what I was going to say earlier is that with Travis Scott,
witches.
Corey, I know you didn't heard that.
I never heard that.
We definitely
said that before
on the show. We said that.
That whole concept when they say the truth hurts is like the reason why it hurts because we find we're comfortable with lies. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's literally what it is. Like, it's like a person will be like, "Oh, I'm overweight." You know what I'm saying? Then somebody be like, "Man, you need to lose some weight." Then you get mad. It's like, bro, you probably mad because you know it's true. You know what I'm saying?
How you
like? When
I don't give a damn
on this shit as a people. When have we ever been on this shit? You know what I'm saying?
I don't give a damn. How
and then now we on a
democratic
lot, right?
we think we are. Black people are some of the most conservative people on earth, bro.
Exactly, nigga.
Yeah. I know.
Exactly, nigga. Like,
I know.
When we see gay shit, we still be, you know what I'm saying?
I know.
Black.
It's like even the concept of a king, like, you know, like no man's supposed to hold dominion over another man. So it's like the fact that a king exists means that you're actually agreeing to a lie, because a lie, a king. As crazy as it sounds, is a lie because there shouldn't be kings. You know what I'm saying? There shouldn't be anybody holding dominion over anybody. But it's like
rulers and shit.
So what you were saying, Randall, you'd be like, "Oh, well, we're gonna kill you." Da 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 da. The reason why we're like, we'll kill you for speaking your opinions because nigga, kings ain't supposed to exist. So in order for me to exist, I got to kill your ass for speaking speaking the truth. So yeah, I think that's part of the problem. I think we wouldn't even have none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? None of these, like you, one of y'all, I think you said, Phil, like there wouldn't be no systems and governments and none of that shit. Like all this shit is fueled in deception. Like all this, even in families, it's like, we like, and trust me, I definitely went through a point in my life where I was like, religion is the worst thing on earth. And I'm not necessarily saying that I think it's a good thing. I'm saying I see why niggas need it. You know what I'm saying? Because the way we living right now, there's no rules. You know what I'm saying? And I understand, like, even within religion, even though it can be oppressive in certain ways, at least it kept niggas in order in a certain perspective. You know what I'm saying? Let's say everybody had a fucking gun. Like, right? So that means that any person you deal with could potentially kill you if you say the wrong thing. Do you think people would be more respectful and more polite and more courteous towards people if there was no laws? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't.
It'd be tense.
No, that's why they call it the Wild Wild West.
You know what I'm trying to say? It's like put it like this: is like, okay, I can do something to this person and reach, and be no consequence because it's like, oh, I don't want to go to jail, so I'm not going to X, Y, and Z. But if there was no jail system and it was just like principle, like that was like how people move. Like, do you think people would like be second guessed to be disrespectful or?
That's why you hear all these artists talking about, my contract sucked. My contract.
They begin
bullshit.
I'm telling you, the industry. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like, I put it like
why
this.
Why do it get so many people? Like, I don't.
Everybody, it's probably like 2 out of 3 artists. Yeah, 2 out of 3 artists get fucked up. Like, that's crazy to me.
I blame Puff.
Hey, you don't think Louis Farrakhan long enough? You really listen to what this nigga say? You would think he was a conspiracy theorist. Like if this nigga, if you hear this shit Louis Farrakhan say, and this nigga worked, if you worked with you like at Taco Bell or some shit, you be like, nigga, shut the fuck up. It's Louis Farrakhan. It's Louis Farrakhan.
I'm just when you travel and you go to certain places, right? Like you go to the South where they do have carry laws,
open carry and shit.
Yeah, and you see it on somebody's hip, you do talk to them a little different.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. It's like the consequence.
Hi, sir. How are you doing, ma'am?
What if there's like a report like later on, like 2 years, 5 years from now, that say like actual like music waves can control your brain, and then what? What y'all gonna say then?
Exactly. They already know that shit's here. You can just look at binaural beats and all that. Like all it takes is the frequencies,
like
man.
Like on this type tip. Like what if?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and it's so sad. But that's what that's what makes me sad for y'all though. It's because it's like y'all already behind. Y'all getting lapped right now. So when you come to, you still gonna be like behind in the race. Not to say you can't catch up because it's always a marathon. But it's like, man, if your conscious isn't tuned and you not up to those levels yet, how you gonna help yourself? And wait a minute, if you can't help yourself, you can't help anybody. So it's like, man, y'all might want to get that shit together like now, tighten it up. And it's more than just this. It's not even just the music, man. You can look at the politics. You can look at this fake space shit.